make sure y'all hit that like button. Or should I say you, because there's two people in here, one like, so. Motherfucker just left. Hey, really don't matter though. So, even though I know it ain't nobody in here, there will be people watching afterwards. So, I hate just sitting. Oh, shout out to Anthony coming through. Damn, 8 people just popped in. Like at first, I thought it was just one, but now it's 8. So, shout out to Anthony coming through once again. Got it. Okay, we're taking it back to the conspiracy theories. So, as y'all know, like my channel is pretty much all over the place, from tarot readings, zodiac, watching the Purge forever. I need to check that out. Is that the newest one? I need to check that one out. I've been seeing it, but I've just been overlooking it. So, but as my channel is just all about bringing good content, bringing information, advice, and shit. So now we back to the conspiracy theories, and the reason why we going down the rabbit hole today is because my brother he posted a video yesterday talking about he was going down the rabbit hole on TikTok. So and he was talking about the water. So I'm like, I know what he was heading at, like what he was talking about, but he truly haven't grasped like the importance of like fluoride in water. Like that's why you need to drink alkaline water, like because a lot of that water, especially if you drink it from the sink, that shit got fluoride in it, and fluoride calcifies the third eye, so or the pineal gland. So and fluoride is in damn near everything from toothpaste, like water, sometimes food, like it's in everything damn near. So once I started learning about this, when I first started going down the rabbit hole was like 2017. Like, so that's when I started focusing on like changing my eating habits and shit, like, cause I was just learning. So I'm like, man, I want to take care of myself, like, especially knowing like this whole fucking planet is like being programmed or being fucking controlled by, I ain't gonna call them elites because like I am about to give them that power. Shit, we know words is powerful, so I'm not about to continue to call some motherfuckers I don't know who it is. I'm not gonna call them elite. Like the fuck, they probably some fucking old ass people. They probably not even all white motherfuckers, mixed race. Once you get into those higher realms and shit, it ain't just no motherfucking white person controlling this shit. Like so. But yeah, we going down the rabbit hole today. So fluoride is definitely real. Fluoride definitely keeps motherfuckers sleep. Like that's why everybody's don't know who the fuck they is. They don't know what their purpose is on this life. I mean on this planet. And it's because that motherfucking third eye is closed. So me, I actually don't like to call it third eye. I like to call it your first eye. Like, cause even though you see with these two, you truly can't see with these two. Like so, knowing I've been going my whole life with these two eyes, once I started paying attention to this one, my life started going to in the better. So I'm like, man, these two eyes been leading me wrong. So obviously, this is the first eye, like well, quote unquote, people call it the third eye. So drinking water from the motherfucking faucet, like shit, plastic bottles and shit like this. Let me see if this shit got fluoride in it. This my wife got this shit though, so this ain't on me. Nah, no fluoride in this one. But yeah, that's why a lot of the majority of the world is asleep. It's because the motherfucking third eye is covered with goddamn fluoride and shit. So that's one fucking. I wouldn't even call that a conspiracy. Like some people would, because they not hip to the information. They not privy to it, or they're new to it, so they still have beliefs. Like But once you start tapping into not only just conspiracy theories, but once you start tapping into yourself, like start meditating more, like start like eating healthier, like drinking more things that's better for your body, then you gonna start to notice some fucking changes in life. So that's one thing. Another thing, like shit, man, fucking Hollywood and all those fucking. I ain't gonna say Hollywood, yeah, but Hollywood, them Hollywood fucking parties, like them celebrity all white parties and black parties. I be thinking like shit. That's what the motherfuckers be selling their soul at. Be doing anything in the fucking rooms to get ahead in life. Like so, that I man, Bun B talked about it in an interview, and he's someone who was in the industry, so he was talking about like though how those real those parties is. Cat Williams, he exposed that in 2000 what 7. He exposed that like so. I'm like that's why I never truly wanted to go into Hollywood or like the music industry because I'm like I know that shit is dark. I know that shit get ugh. Like so, and the shit like the dirt they trying to put on Nipsey Hussle name, even after he been gone for 3 years, I'm like, bruh, like shit. Oh, fuck Hollywood. Fuck the music industry. Like I need to go be an entrepreneur or something like shit. YouTube is like shit. Hey, YouTube is the way. Like so, for me to have 30K subscribers, obviously I'm doing something right. Like even though it ain't 30K people in my live, like hey, eventually it'll get there. Especially if I just continue to work and go forward in life like I'm doing. So, not letting nothing stop me, not letting nothing hold me back, especially not no motherfucking fluoride, and especially not no motherfucking like fears, basically, because that's what that should be doing. When you go down a conspiracy, I mean a rabbit hole, like you become fearful if you're not prepared for it, if your mind is not ready for it. Like, so you come across some information and you be like, oh, what the fuck? I need to go in church. I need to be in church. Like, so I went, like I said, I went down the rabbit hole a few times. Like, so, but the first rabbit hole I'll say I went down was like the mind one, like just the law of attraction, fixing my mindset. Like, so thinking, like controlling my thoughts. Like, that was the first rabbit hole I went down. So it was more positive, but the ones that I went down that was dealing with Hollywood, like Pizzagate, all of that shit, like that shit was like, what the fuck? I wanted to be, like I said, I wanted to be in Hollywood, but I'm like, if I do go to Hollywood, if I do create something in Hollywood, which, I mean, that's the goal, but I'm not gonna sell my soul for this shit. So whatever way I get there, it's probably gonna take me a minute to get there, but overall, like shit, with my mindset, like shit, hey, I know not to fold, like, especially not for no fucking money. Get the fuck, I done made hella shit for, on my own, like, so I don't need motherfuckers to help me get a check, like, shit. So I just want to be able to put my creative thoughts into the world, and like, so the world can see, without fucking doing some shit that I'm gonna fucking regret in the fucking like later on, like so. But here's the thing. This is what I feel like why that whole thing is surrounded by rappers like doing gay stuff, right? Like it sounds. I mean, when you just watch the videos on YouTube, right? Like P Diddy, shit like that. Like if you seen some fucking shit about P Diddy, like that shit goes to like it get ugly. Like man, and the shit is real because there are people that's in the industry who talked about the shit, and you seen them getting blackballed later on. Like so, or you seen them get killed later on. Like it was just one white dude in Hollywood who was exposing shit in Hollywood. He was just talking about how like Tom Hanks and them was all like part of that pedophile shit that Jeff Epstein type shit. Like so, I'm like man. And then I started like when I would watch movies, every time I would see a grown up with a child in this pizza around, like that would like that's part of that Pizzagate shit. That's letting you know, like, shit, the motherfuckers a part of that shit. So, your most famous and like actors or actresses, like all like I ain't gonna say all of them, but I'm gonna say the ones that's at the top, like the ones that's A-list. I believe like shit, 95% of them at least like there's something they ain't want to do to get in that position where they at. Like so, or they probably was happy to do the shit. Like so, I ain't gonna even judge. Like I ain't mad at you if you like did some shit, cause you knew what you was getting yourself into. Like so, if that's the case, then by all means, do you like shit? You successful, right? Like so. Thing is, if you did some shit and you didn't get the success, like that's where like oh shit, man, like what how would that make a person feel? Like damn, you thought you had to do some shit to get in the industry. You did that shit, and that opportunity was just like disappear, poof, be gone. Like so, I'm like, I ain't about to do none of that. Like I'm just, I think the way I think. Like nowadays, we on YouTube, you can do everything yourself. Create movies, create music, and put it on YouTube. Like what the fuck? You everybody is on YouTube, so what the fuck? I need to like honestly go and get a fucking record label or fucking Hollywood studio to help me do something. I seen how this world like you all you need is an iPhone. Like so, in an imagination, and I got both. So, hey, shit, you don't even need no iPhone, honestly. Shit, motherfuckers using Androids and like creating dope stuff. So, I'm just team iPhone. So, make sure y'all hit that. Two people as soon as I said they probably got offended because they ain't got no iPhone. It's cool though. I would like I said I wasn't trying to shit on nobody who ain't got no fucking iPhone. But if you get you an iPhone, you'll see why people brag about that shit so much. But yeah, what's up? Some fucking goddamn conspiracy. Jeffrey Epstein. They said he committed suicide. That shit, we all knew that was fake. But it's a conspiracy theory because that's what they said it was. That's what the documents say. But we all knew like a motherfucker killed that motherfucker. It was a come on like that. His cellmate was a murderer. Like so we know like they hushed Jeffrey Epstein up quick because he had too much information. Man, presidents like Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, like he was pretty sure like they was all mingling in the same fucking parties. Like so that's why I said when you get up into these levels of like basically ruling the world or like up there with the A-list actors, I'm like, man, I would want to be known. Like I don't kind of, I can't say I would want to be around, but like in the power rooms, let's just say, like where they make the rules at, like where the world, the elite, quote unquote elite is at. Like I said, I hate calling them that shit, but I want to get in that room, low key, like and just give my input. I want to see if like if I'm good enough to control this fucking world. Like so, yeah, that kind of sounds selfish, but at the same time, you got people that's fucking doing it already. So why not me fucking do it? Like shit, I'm positive. Like I believe like I can shift this world in a better direction. Like so, but at the same time, people know they can't control me. So, but I also know like when you be going into those high places, they'll like whatever your fault is, whatever you love the most, or whatever you lust after the most, like that's what they gonna catch you up on. Like so, if you love women so much, they gonna get something with a woman. Probably slip a tranny in that motherfucker. Shit, as many fucking celebrities I heard was with trannies in the industry. Like I'm like that shit is chingy. Like even though that was a lie, but like they destroyed that man's career off the strength of like saying like what he was doing with a fucking tranny. So I'm like, that should be crazy, honestly. It really be crazy. So I like talking about aliens, but they ain't no conspiracy theory. Like that's really real. Astral projection, like the CIA, they got man. Go to the CIA .gov, right? And they got all the documents, all the like, well, not all of them, because a lot of shit's still hidden, but it's a lot of a lot of shit they uncovered or they let the public read. And it talks about like shit how astral projection is real, like shit, us being in a hologram and shit. Like it's all that shit that people say is conspiracy. Like that shit is not. Like it's low key is like everything they put in movies. They put it there to let you know that shit is real. Probably not dinosaurs and shit. But I wouldn't be surprised if they had motherfucking Godzilla like locked up somewhere, like controlling, like so he don't fucking destroy this motherfucking planet. Like so, I mean, who knows what this fucking Earth got? Like, cause I've never, they haven't even explored. What was the percentage of the ocean like they had mapped out? I think it was like 15%. Like, come on, man. Like, if you only mapped out 15% of the ocean, you still got 85% of like the unknown. Like so, like man, I ain't even low key trying to figure out what the fuck is under here. Like low key, I just want to focus on what I got going on, make me some bread. Like shit, use my influence for the better, like to lead people the right direction. But I know, like when I talk about the shit that I like, literally the things that I talk about, my beliefs, they would like they don't want me in that position. Yeah, like I feel like kind of like with Elon Musk, like he's so adamant to like getting to Mars. Like I mean, I can't say space is off limits. We do know what's under. That's true. We know what like, cause I seen some fucking pictures of some fucking fish under that bitch. Shout out to Curtis Reptile coming through. Like I seen some pictures of some fucking fish that look fake as fuck, and I'm like I didn't even want to share it on my YouTube, like off the strip. People like, oh, that's fake. You believe that? But you never know what's in the fucking ocean. Like you have no clue. Like so, for me, I'm like, man, I'm a Pisces. I love the water, but I'm low key scared as fuck to go like deep within, like in the ocean and shit. But my third grade teacher, Miss Buchanan, the one that taught me about Egypt and shit, she fucking was into scuba diving. So like I always wanted to just try scuba diving off the strength she did. So hey, house, like is it Elon Musk? Like you got to think about it. Is it Elon Musk's job to fix the poverty? Is it Jeff Bezos? Like is it their job low key? Like cause if I mean of course when I get my shit, when I get my billions, I'm gonna fucking of course help poverty. But you know what I read recently about Mother Teresa? Like she championed poverty. Like literally, she championed poverty. She said poverty is meant so you could like suffer. Like you supposed to suffer. Like if you was born into poverty, she was saying you're supposed to stay in that because God wants you to experience suffering. So she was, and her net worth was like in the like multi millions. Like so, I'm like, damn, like what the fuck? Reparations. Yeah, it was like she was champion suffering. I'm like, and then she went to India and like stayed there for like 50 some years, control, and she wasn't even from there. Like so, she was preaching her beliefs, and they put her on this high ass pedestal because she was telling people, hey, stay poor. Like so, I'm like, man, fuck all these people who they said is the leaders in the fucking whatever they call them. I mean, there's multiple ways why how they got rich though. Like so, I mean, but it ain't just all positive though. So most people scam. Most people did some shiesty shit. Stabbed some people in the back. Shit. Some people actually murdered motherfuckers to get to their success or get to the money. Like some people sold drugs. Like you never know what a motherfucker did. Stole inheritance. Like shit. It ain't you can't say just rich white man because it's black people that's fucking just as grimy as like a white man ain't never did shit to me. Low key. Like I ain't never felt oppressed by no white person in my fucking life. Like so them being rich, yeah, I used to look at it as because I was a big fan of J. Cole, right? He had this song called Rich Niggas. It was like, I hate rich niggas, god damn it, because I ain't never had a lot, damn it. Like, so that had gave me a mindset to say, yeah, fuck these rich people, because I ain't have it. Like, so, and I was looking at it from a perspective like, y'all got all this money and y'all not helping the poverty, right? So then once I got older and I started like getting on the road to my riches, the mindset starts to switch, and I'm like, oh shit, it really is like people really hate rich people, like off of, you said capitalism is poison. I mean, you could say it is, but at the same time, people want to buy shit. Like the mankind is consumers. Most of mankind is consumers. Then you got the people that's creating the shit. So which area are you in? I mean, you could always be a minimalist. Absolutely fails to question how these people get to these positions. True, Luke Casely. Shout out to you for coming through. Why it ain't no black people trying to buy this shit though? Like, why is it all the white people? It's black people that got money. Like, why they not trying to buy shit like prisons and stuff? Because at the end of the day, right? Yes, it's bad if like motherfuckers is profiting off like prison, like, but if a motherfucker is really a criminal and need to be there, like, at the end of the day, like, that shit is needed. Honestly, it's needed. Like, not to say like because they know better, but it's like it's kind of iffy when we talk about this situation because you got people that's in prison that don't belong there. Then you got the motherfuckers that really do belong there. Then you got the people who created it and they want to push anybody in there so they can profit it off of it. So, and then you got people who like shit. Like I said, what if it's a black rich billionaire came and said, "Hey, I'm gonna create a prison and I'm gonna make sure that everybody who come to my prison is rehab. So when they go back out, they don't come back." Like, so why we ain't got no black people like trying to come together and like get our own prison and put it on the stock market? Like, yeah, white people fucking did it because they the ones who came up with the idea. Can't be mad at a motherfucker who came up with the idea. Like, so yeah, they did it in a foul, fucked up way. But I know some black people who did foul and fucked up shit. My brothers. Like, so at the end of the day, you can't blame like white people for like being all the richest people, like all controlling. They not oppressing nobody. Like if you got access to the internet, it's up to you whether you gonna be a fucking slave or a fuck. I ain't gonna say a slave master, cause it ain't even about that shit. My little brother named Anthony. So, but yeah, like if you got access to the internet, is no reason why you should be poor. You should be in poverty. Like especially if you got a mind that, and you can think for itself. Like if you motherfuckers need to start using their imagination. You truly got to start using your imagination to create opportunities for yourself. Stop going out here looking for somebody to give you something. You got to create that shit for yourself. My youngest brother's name. Hey, that's why you here. Like shit. Everybody in here can resonate with me on some type of level. Use our sex organs of the machine. Hey, yeah, all we do is reproduce and fucking like make workers and shit. Like, of course, like, and the machines is the motherfuckers who creating the shit, who creating all these type of algorithms, who creating the YouTubes, the Googles. Like, true joy comes from. That's true, but I ain't gonna lie. Like, I be having a lot of fun with some material shit too. Like, so not truly material shit. Let me get that straight. Like, what I get a joy out of is learning, experiencing new things, fucking traveling. Like that's what I'm more into. Like so, yeah, I need the money, and then I want to help people. Like so, like shit, I can't be out here broke trying to help and change the world for the better. Like so, of course, I have to go get me some millions or some billions. Like so, and there's nothing blocking me or stopping me, except for people who are thinking negative, saying, "Oh, I don't want him to be successful. Like I don't want him to be. I don't want him to get that. Like that's what the only thing that could try to stop me is a negative thought. But I don't let those negative thoughts influence me. So it really don't fucking matter. You just poisoning your own fucking mind when you thinking negative about me. Travel a lot as a kid, movie. Yeah, so that's how I was too. Like, see, like I traveled a lot as a kid and an adult. Like, so I still be traveling. Like, so I just love to travel. I hate. I mean, even though Vegas is lit, I could stay here forever and don't ever have to travel. I can like, cause it's that tight for me. But I still like to go new places. Rather be immortal, never age. Super strong and durable. I don't want to be on this bitch forever. Loki, what? I can't wait till when it's my time to transition, and I don't gotta come back to this bitch. Like so, fuck living forever. Like that's why I can't be no fucking I can't be no motherfucking vampire. I'd be mad as fuck if I gotta do this shit forever. Like I mean, but then again, when you got when you can live forever, right? That means you got all the knowledge. Whose blood I gotta drink? Like that means you can get access to all the knowledge throughout time and years. Like so, not if you living forever, not getting sick and healthy, and you create your own heaven on earth. But what is it to like live forever though? Like when the motherfucking planet decides to like erupt. Like so, why would I want to be here when asteroids is fucking destroying this bitch? Like yeah, even though I could survive this shit, I don't want to fucking start over and it's just me. Like, cause then like shit, if you a vampire, whose blood you gonna suck? Like so, I'd rather be like super strong and durable while I'm here. So when I like Hercules, like shit, exactly like Hercules. Like if we comparing to the two, like so. Kirsten Dunst stuck as a child. I ain't drinking no. That's what they be doing in Hollywood. That adrenochrome, like they be just drinking them that shit. That's why the vampires is. That's why they try to stay. They look be staying young. See so many people. Exactly. Like you got to see everybody that you love die, and most of the time, them vampires, the ones that are still around, they be beefing with each other. Like so I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I don't want to live forever. That shit is fucking stressful in itself. You're listening to them comics. Hey, I actually been I truly been watching like the movies. Like I've been on Disney Plus lately, just watching Avengers and shit. Captain, I just watched Civil War like probably a couple days ago. Then I watched the show Moon Knight yesterday. Like so, that one like ain't truly catching my eye no more. Like it's, I don't know. I hate fucking waiting once a week to watch a fucking show. I need to be able to watch it all the way through. Like so, that has been like throwing me off, like low key. So I don't know if it's probably because that, or if I just need to watch them all like straight through, back to back. But I definitely didn't sleep good at all. Like I woke up at around like 3 o'clock, probably 2 or 3 o'clock. Like so. But I took a nap yesterday, so like usually when I take a good nap throughout the day, I don't sleep that much at night. So, but it's cool. I did eat good though, but I forgot what I ate. No, I didn't. I had ice cream. I had a turtle's ice cream from Dairy Queen. Like so. And that ended up fucking my stomach up this morning. So yeah, that shit was kind of rough, low key. Like fucked up. But I was good. Like other than that, like shit, I was good. That lets me know, like, cause I'm lactose intolerant. So anytime I eat ice cream, like it gotta be non-dairy. Like so, but when I do eat the shit, like the next day my shit is like fucked up. So that lets me know my intestine, my shit is always being cleared out. Like so, hey, I'll be suffering a little bit, but at least I'll be having my weed and shit, like my vape and shit. So Spirit God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Man, God made Adam and Eve, Adam and Steve, all of those motherfuckers. Like he made everything. All the sins, all the killing, the rape, the lust, the temptation, those are secrets from heaven. Like so, we gonna talk about conspiracy theories. all this sin shit, all this bad shit came from heaven. Yeah, the angel stole it, and he says y'all motherfuckers can't come back, like the 200 fallen angels. But at the same time, he he created what they say he created. We don't talk about Bruno. My daughter be like stay singing that song, and I be asking her. I'm like, every time I catch her singing, I say, "Why they don't talk about Bruno, Tina?" And if she can't answer, I said, "I don't want to hear that shit." Then, like low key, I know why they don't talk about Bruno because I didn't fucking heard that shit so many times. Bruno, the character of Bruno reminds me of myself, and like how my family is. They don't talk about me because I always tell the future, and that shit. I mean, it don't be always too good for them. Like so people don't talk about me because if they talk about me, then they just gonna expose the world to who I am. Ain't it crazy? They talking about we don't talk about Bruno yet. That's the most popping song on the fucking movie. That's the only song they sing. Like so, obviously they are talking about Bruno. Like so, I'm Bruno. Hashtag that shit for real. Cause I got kids, so I had to watch that shit a few times. He's the one with the vision and the exactly. So that's what I do. So it was like they was talking about me. Every time I watch a show or a movie, I only watch things that I can kind of relate to or put myself in the character's shoes. Like so, when I was watching the Avengers, like I was asking you said this movie is about ayahuasca. What the Encanto? That's about ayahuasca. I gotta watch it more then. 'Cause, I probably didn't catch that, but I forgot what I was saying. I can't help it. But yeah, Bruno is the. They don't talk about Bruno, but yet that's the most popping song on that bitch. So, oh yeah, I was saying how like I always relate to the character, right? So when I was watching the Avengers, I was we was watching Civil War, and that was when fucking what's his goddamn name? Captain America and fucking Iron Man was beefing and shit. Like so, I was asking my wife, I'm like, which one am I? And she was like Captain America. So I just started asking. I'm like, okay, so no. First I said, who am I? And then she said Captain America. And then I said, okay, besides between Captain America and Iron Man, who am I? And then between Captain America and Hulk. And then she just kept saying Captain America. But then when I said Captain America and Doctor Strange, she was like, oh yeah, you Doctor Strange. So yeah, I can relate to a lot of characters low key. Like shit, I be feeling like I got superpowers and shit. I mean, I know I do. Like I said, I'm just like Bruno. Now the world is starting to see that shit. Like the world is starting to see it for themselves. Like so, I could tell your future. I could tell my future. I could tell the world's future. Nah, I ain't about to put that burden on me though. Fuck all that. Motherfuckers don't even need to know the future sometimes. They just need to focus on the present moment. Because the future can always change. Like, that's the crazy part about it. I could tell a person's future on the path like they're headed right now, but if they decides to do something totally different than what they've been doing, like then that's changing their future. So you could always change your destiny no matter what. Like you're not stuck where you at. All you gotta do is change the direction. Like so, it was times where I felt like I was going the wrong way, like, but as soon as I switch my focus up and like I start focusing on like myself and like healing myself, like healing that childhood trauma, healing like shit, not just childhood trauma, but the adult trauma, like all the shit that I fucking been through, like I just start to like start going down the right path. Shout out to Xavier coming through. Like so that's been like I said, once I learned about the law of attraction in 2017, like that's when my life turned to change. Don't let who you were dominate. Oh yeah, for sure. Like my old self can't even compare to like who I am now. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I didn't get stuck on my past mistakes. Like most people get stuck and like, man, I fucked up. And they stay there. Like me, if I fuck up, I get right back up and go for it. Like what the fuck? I ain't about to dwell on no type of mistake. Ain't no. I'm not about to dwell on no type of wrong if I can fix it. Once I feel like I fixed or I did everything I can, I'm not about to keep bringing that shit up. I'm not about to dwell in it. I'm about to move forward. Shit, like and whatever happens, happen. Like so, I know how karma works, so I try to just put positive energy out, positive thoughts out. So, exactly, just got to keep moving forward. Like shit, no matter what, up, down, in the middle. Like just keep moving. Like motherfuckers be staying here and staying in one spot. Don't even try to do nothing in life, and like just talk about other people. Like motherfucker, if you don't get your ass up and do something, become something, motherfuckers is gonna die and they gonna be forgotten a week later. Like, cause they ain't do shit. You ain't fucking exchange. You like literally did nothing. No matter, like I don't know how old motherfuckers gonna be when they die, but a lot of people going to die because they didn't do nothing. What's the consequences are great. Deep pleasure. I mean, yeah, but I haven't faced anything too deep that like just made me like feel that way. Like so, it's been a minute. Shout out to Jarvis coming through. I forgot to tell y'all. My bad. Shout out to Jarvis coming through. Glad you out of that situation. But I forgot to tell y'all, right? And for the new people that's here, my name is Kenneth. Kenneth L. Not a Muslim. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. That's just my real name. Well, my last name is Brady, but my middle name is L. Like so. But when y'all meet me, right? When y'all come across me for the first time, shit is gonna start like falling apart low key. Everything like you've been doing, like if you've been going like one way and you need to get on the right track and you come across me, shit gonna start falling apart. You're gonna start experiencing tower moments. So that's why a lot of people like try to stay away from me, like Bruno, because like I can predict the future. I do magic, like shit. I am him, like so. But when people meet me or when they start talking to me, sometimes their life start falling apart because they have to build it back up in the right way. Like so, whatever you're experiencing is only for your greatest good. So glad you out of that situation. Like shit, as long as you here today, like that's all that matters. Low key, like shit. Yo, if the past is the past. You can't change that shit. But we were just talking about the Avengers, man. And Jarvis is what fucking what, Iron Man, Tony Stark. For sure, you definitely gotta tear some things down and like in order to rebuild it. Because if you build it on like certain foundations on like faulty faulty ground, that shit going it's just a matter of time before it crumbles apart. Like the man who tried to build his house on the sand. Like shit ain't have no type of solid foundation. So when the storm came, shit just washed away instead of the man who created his on the mountain. Like so, you always gotta wherever you at in life. Like if you feel like you've been going down a wrong path, if you experience a tower moment, meaning like some fucked up shit happened to you, it's only to set you on the right path. That's it. So as long as you don't get stuck in where you at, as long as you ain't dead, hurt, you good. Shit. So we all gonna experience different things in life. Like shit, whether it's going to jail, shit, having near death experiences, going to college, going out the country, whatever. We all gonna experience certain things, good and bad, and it's only for our greater good. Like so, this message. Hey, this is the message I try to bring on like the nightly basis. Like, but yeah, I usually got weed, but I'm trying to transition. Like I said, I don't want to like get into politics later on in life, and people like start bringing up my old videos where I'm just smoking hella weed, like hot boxing and shit. Like even though like I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker think, like at the same time, like shit, I want to be able to connect to more people. Like, so I'm willing to not smoke on camera. Like, so I'm making that sacrifice for the greater good. Like, so, but that ain't, I still smoke every day. Right before I get on live, sometime I'll have some edibles. Now, I will smoke vapes on camera. Like, if a motherfucker feel a way about that shit, man, fuck 'em. But we supposed to be talking about these conspiracies. What's some more conspiracies that y'all want to get into? Like, so, because I'll be going off the topic. Like I said, I be forgetting what I'll talk about for one, and then I go off topic. Like, see, it's all about small goals. For sure. Like, so I definitely have to learn that lesson, especially when I learned about the law of attraction. I was setting high goals, like $1 million goals, multi-mansion goals, and I had a fucked up mindset. Like, I couldn't even manage my money. I couldn't even save. Every dollar I got, I spent it. Like, so I was asking for all these big things, having these big goals. Like, so I wasn't able to celebrate the small things that I accomplished. Like, I was just overlooking that. So I want to know how I learned this. Yeah, of course, I always want people to give up the information of what you learned and how you learn it. Like, cause that's how you truly know who's real. And most people be saying good stuff, but they ain't got like the background to back it up or whatever. Like, shit, most people just watch some videos and like they ain't even got the experience to be teaching anything or to have a platform like that's trying to lead people in a certain direction. Like, so, but they do it and they get paid off of it, like, because they putting in the fucking work. Like, so I had to learn to start setting small goals so I can be able to celebrate more often compared to like all my goals is like outrageous. Like, the first time I learned about the law of attraction, the first goal I set was to make $100,000, and I had never seen 30,000 in a year probably. I say I never seen like 40,000 in a year. No, 30. I'm gonna say 30. Up until that point when I learned about the law of attraction, never seen 30,000, especially not at one time. And yet I was asking for this big amount of money, right? So the first year I manifested probably like 50,000, around 50, 60,000. Like, so I didn't reach my goal, but since I had set that goal so far up, like I was able to accomplish so much like way before I did up until that point. Like, so I mean, it's kind of good to set high goals, but also set small goals on the way to that high goal. Like, so like I said, you could be able to celebrate and pat yourself on the back more often compared to just fucking trying to manifest $1 million in a multi-million-dollar home. Like, so, no problem at all, Curtis. But what else? What else? This is gonna take me a moment. Hey, we got time. Yeah, not in no rush. Like, so, I like how it's 12 people in here and 12 likes, so that means y'all like the conversation. Like, even though I haven't truly been talking about conspiracy theories and shit, but what's another conspiracy? Yeah, Pizzagate, the adrenochrome, them fucking uh, Hollywood fucking pedophile weirdos and shit. Uh, man, we didn't. Oh, we kind of talked about Jeffrey Epstein, but the human trafficking and how bad that really is, didn't talk about that. Like, I read, I don't know how many years ago it was, but I had seen an article and it said how 50,000 African American girls went missing. Like, and I'm like, that's crazy because I knew it was through human trafficking, and I know like the areas they like target, the poverty areas. Got 30 grand one time. I mean, like, it's 30K and you spent it in a year, like, and not at one time. Like, that's not bad. Like, if you didn't spend it all at one time. Yeah, like, so that Hollywood shit, I know how, like, they be targeting, like I said, poverty environments, places where single family homes, girls that's in like adopted homes, runaways. Like so, I know they be human trafficking a lot of black people. Like so, and not just black people. Like shit, they do it to all around the world, all around the country. But as far as the United States, like I said, that it was an article I seen on social media that said 50,000 women or girls disappeared in the United States in 1 year. Like I think it said, or was it probably like a span of, I don't know if it was one, but I'm gonna just say because that's outrageous. So I'm gonna say between 1 to 5 years, 50,000 African American girls disappeared. Like so, yeah, I know they be fucking. That should be Hollywood. Like shit, Jeffrey Epstein, all them motherfuckers, little pedophiles. They gotta have things on each other, like to like blackmailing type shit. That's why I probably wouldn't be successful. Like they probably wouldn't let me in the door, because first of all, my ancestors and my spirit guides is not gonna let you blackmail me. It's not gonna let you like fuck me over in any type of way. Like so, people gonna try to keep their distance off the strength they can't get over on me. That's why it's important for me to build my own opportunities, build my own platform, because I don't need nobody else shit. I don't need nobody to help me out, nothing. God, Epstein busted. I fuck with Trump. Like, shit. Yeah, I fuck with Trump. Like, so. Trump is the only president that ever put money in my pocket through that stimulus. Like, low key. Like, so, I fuck with Trump. When Obama was president, I was in the military and we was in Afghanistan. They are paid like they was talking about like we wasn't gonna get paid while we was in Afghanistan. And this one he was president, so I'm like, fuck Obama. Shit, when George Bush was president, I was still in school, like so that shit didn't really matter. But he let 9/11 happen. Oh, 9/11, that was all. I mean, I can't say 100% sure. Conspiracy theories, right? 9/11 was all a setup. Like so, shout out to Marvin Cage coming through. Like so, they was just saying like how the day the world the trade centers went down, all like the high execs and like I ain't gonna say the Jews, but they said like all those people left that building like off the strength like they knew what was gonna happen. Bill Gates, I said Bill Gates, but what's the president? George Bush, like somebody, yeah, like somebody. George Bush made a lot of money off the World Trade Centers going down. Like so, in the strength, like when it first happened, I'm 11 years old when this happened, and I had to write about this shit in sixth grade, right a month after my dad died. Like so, they was telling us like in my language arts class, she was saying like write about how we felt about terrorists and like what had happened, but I didn't see what happened because I had what was at school. Like so, I didn't truly see the World Trade Center when it was on the news and it fucking hit. But when I got to class, they started talking about the shit. So I had to make up some shit about how I hated terrorists because that's what I heard. Like I heard her saying terrorists in a negative manner. Like so, I'm like. I was always intelligent enough to like pick up on what people were saying, like even though I didn't know what had happened, I knew something terrible had happened. I knew that she mentioned the name terror. I mean the word terrorist. So I was able to write a story or write my paper off that. So shout out to Everett Marks coming through. Man, I don't know how important that is, but the math that's brushed off because I kind of brushed it off. I was 11 years old, like so. Uh, for me, like I said, once I started growing up and just tapping into conspiracy, that was what the first conspiracy theory that I ever heard was the 9/11 was fake, and it was a documentary, a movie that was actually made. I can't remember the name, but it was just exposing how George Bush had a whole lot of money got off that happened, and like how fucking two terrorists with box cutters take over a fucking plane. Like, come on, man. Like, and then how the one that was supposed to go into the fucking White House, they took down that plane. but they let it hit the Pentagon and the other two. Like, so I'm like, it was all sounding fishy. But like when I started seeing those conspiracy theory movies and shit, I'm like, oh, this makes more sense than what I fucking. Hmm. Bush is evil and in cahoots with Hillary Clinton. I I don't care about none of they ass. Like I said, they ass none of them did nothing for me except for Donald Trump. Like so. And I like how Donald Trump, you can't control him. Like so he's gonna say whatever the fuck he feels. Whether it sounds racist or what. I'd rather a motherfucker be honest and open about who they are rather than motherfuckers being sneaky and conniving and doing shit like the Clintons, how they fucking set up the uh, what is it, the three strike law to incarcerate so many more black people. Like, so my dad got locked up in that whole era when Bill Clinton was president. My dad got well, yeah, he got locked up when Bill Clinton was president. So he died in prison. So it was for me. I never truly cared about the president because, like I said, none of their ass did nothing for me. But that World Trade Center, that was the first conspiracy that I had ever heard. And like I said, that happened when I was 11 in sixth grade. Bucks away from the towers. Damn, like I was in Indiana. I seen that shit on the news. High school, when they kept saying terrorists. Yeah, like so when they kept saying terrorists like that, like I off that, I'm like, man, that's some shit. Obviously, it's some fucking bad shit. Terror. Like, so I had to write my paper not knowing truly what happened with the what happened. I'm talking so much shit but conspiracy. Exactly. So that was my introduction. Like, these motherfuckers be lying. Like, the government can't trust them. Like, so now I'm like, whatever does happen in the world, I look at it like, it may be right, it may be real, may not. Oh well, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, so Alex Jones is one of like my favorite people to watch when it comes down to the conspiracy shit. Like, so that's why Trump rocks. Yeah, like so I could fuck with a person's true character if they like living their truest self and say what's on their mind. Like, compared to, like I said, somebody who's lying and hiding shit and acting like they for me and really ready to stab me in my back. Like, so I used to, as a kid, when Bill Clinton was the president, I used to think he was cool because he was around a bunch of black people. I thought he was for the black people. But as I got older and I realized the laws they implemented, I'm like, what the fuck? Shows what I knew, or shows what they was programming into me. It's, I feel like it's just the older generation that still believe in it. You still got certain people in this generation that believe in them, but I feel like it's more of the older generation. Like, as we start to fucking raise our children, like I got 7 kids, so none of them gonna believe in this shit. So if you teach your child the right thing, like not what you learned growing up, but as you learn today, that's how you supposed to raise your children. You don't teach them how you was raised. Fuck all that. You teach them as you're still growing. Like, so as you still learning. But some people feel like they know it all after they turn 18. Like, so that's what they got it backwards at. Just only going outside of the circle. See, hey, like I said, for Trump, I fuck with Trump off the strength of like who he is. I don't know what circle he in. Can't say it, but I do know like they were truly trying to get him out of here. It's like, so like, it's a reason why everybody is against him. But is they all against him to make people feel like he's like, you know how they all control of this shit. Like, they all part. Let's just say they're all part of the same thing. Trump, all of them, but they're allowing Trump to be this way, so he can get the majority, or the woke people, or the ones who like don't give a fuck about the government type of shit. Like, what, like, because why would they let this man be president? At the end of the day, why would they let Donald Trump be president? Is it about the money? Like, is it about like who got the most money? Or because they fucking George Bush, like he got so many fucking conspiracies, but that nah, him. when he went against Al Gore to become president, he actually lost the fucking votes. Like Florida had did some type of shit. Something happened in Florida where like shit, he ended up beating Al Gore. Like so. I'm like, all this shit, like they've been cheating and like this shit is all rigged. So like how do we truly know Trump is not with them, but just acting like he's just playing his role? Like, but that's why I said if I go into politics, y'all can best be sure like I'm not getting compromised by none of these motherfuckers. Like so, and people say, well, what makes you different? Like, because I know myself. Like I know who the fuck I am. Like shit, I know I ain't gotta sell myself for nothing. Yeah, I mean they probably do want to act like we all equal, but he's truly not. Like shit, he was the only reason Epstein got dealt with. But only person who got dealt with was Epstein, though. It's multiple of the motherfuckers who like on this. It wasn't just Epstein. He was just the scapegoat. Like so, I do believe Trump is a businessman. So if it come down a bit, like what is the man willing to do for his business though? Like so, who is he willing to like cross? What is he willing to do to get in his position? That's why I said like getting money and like getting up in those high numbers. Most people did something they shouldn't have did to get to that position. The dude that made the car that ran on water. What about that dude? I don't know about that. You gotta enlighten me on that one. It's pulling out money. True, like it ain't even about the money when they get up to those levels, honestly. Cause I realize a lot of those super wealthy, rich people be broke as fuck, have no money in their accounts. So he gave his president that you pay back. Shit, I would too if I ain't need that shit. I'm already a billionaire. What's 400,000 in a year gonna help do for me? Shit. I mean, well, you got other shit that comes with being a president, but the president, you like base pay is 400,000 a year. But like I said, I fuck with Trump like off the strength of of like I said, he the only one who put money in my pocket. So if you put money in my pocket and you tell like you keep it real, like I can tell he keep the shit real. He ain't lying about this shit. Like I ain't mad at shit. Like I fuck with him heavy. Like so, at the end of the day, they're all just characters in a fucking movie, right? Like so, cause we'll never meet these motherfuckers. You'll never. I probably would. Like just off the strip. Like I know where I'm headed in life, but the average person would never meet the president, never meet none of these politicians, never meet none of these actors. So we have to look at it as these all are characters in a motherfucking TV show. It's funny as hell. 44B dog, why you change your name back to that? Like, why you change it from the branding? It's like a wrestling match. This shit definitely WWE. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate it if you do. Hit that notification bell. But yeah, we just talking about some conspiracy shit. But yeah, Bush's the presidential shit, like I'm interested in that. Like not the presidents, but I'm interested in politics. Like just off the strength, like I want to be able to change some shit too. Like I want to be able to put some shit in effect too. I ain't just trying to be no motherfucker who live on the planet and abide by all these other rules. Fuck that. All these shit need to be replaced. All these old ass senators that been in that shit for 40 years need to be replaced. Like that shit need to be brand new, wiped clean, whole whole new foundation. Like so, I feel like shit low key the United States was built on faulty foundation, but not really. You can't say that because the way they did it, it was truly built up to last. Like they truly built this shit to last. They probably did it in the fucked up way, but at the same time, like they built it to last. And keeping up with this Hassan and what I've been paying attention to it, like so, like of course, like it already caught my eye from like the other day, like so. Like what I think now, if you want to ask me what I think about Hassan and Whack 100 and what that was said, like that's different. Like so, that could be considered as a conspiracy too. What they said, like low key, what they said about Nipsey, like was super disrespectful. If I ain't seen no video, I'm not going off no nigga word. Like so, and plus Whack 100, I don't believe that nigga. I mean, it could be true. Cause who am I to say Nipsey didn't do what they said he did? But at the same time, I'm not about to go off just your word when I don't see no evidence. And fuck what a nigga did. Cause it don't matter if you gay, straight, bi, or whatever. If you giving out the information, if you giving out game, that's what matters. Your sexual preference or whatever the fuck you do behind closed doors don't fucking matter. Like so low key, what these niggas all doing is bust the shit. Like, so I don't respect none of it. Like, at all. Get 6 thumbs up for me. Oh shit, definitely get those likes up. But I got it's 14 likes on my screen, so like I said, YouTube would not show the complete stuff. Like so even though it's showing 15 people in here, it's probably more or less. Even though it's showing 15 likes, some people are seeing 6 likes or whatever. Like, but on my screen, it's 15. They're ugly roots. That's I've never heard that statement, Kurt, but I like it. Um, but yeah, I'm paying attention to what's going on off the strength of what was said, like the shock value shit that they said. And but Hassan has always been a person. Hassan Campbell has always been a person who's saying shit that people like, what? Oh shit, what the fuck? But now, like the level they took it to, like I could tell shit about to get ugly. Like so, because Hassan Campbell, he's literally what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing. He's playing chess. Like shit, Whack 100 playing chess too. But Hassan Campbell know what he doing. Like he not just a sucker. Like so, they tried to get him to be a crash dummy, but he ain't fall for it. So 6ix9ine crashed the party. I didn't see the whole interview, but I did see. I need to, low key. I need to. I just been like I don't pay too much. I don't pay my full attention to it. Like so. Oh yeah, he was talking about it in his video. He was just saying like how he got to move and shit. Like so, people was already like popping up to his house and shit. Like so, I mean like when you cross those lines, at the end of the day, like shit, he knew what he was doing. Like shit, it ain't this first time he been in some situations like this. I'm sure. Like so, whatever happens is meant to happen at the end of the day. Like so, it's about to get ugly for a lot of people. Like a lot of people. Like so, big Hassan Campbell right now. I feel like he got the upper hand because he got all the quote unquote recordings. Like so, ain't no telling what Whack 100 said about who, what. Like so, I'm like, but at the same time, recording a nigga on the phone, like that's. But he said he knew Whack 100 was a snake, so obviously he was thinking like chess, like a couple moves ahead. Like so, I'm not gonna say like that's some snake shit. So I wouldn't open his mouth. I mean, he been saying a lot of shit over the years though. Like so, it ain't nothing new. Like you said, that's your quote, Curtis, about the rose. All beautiful plants bear ugly roots. But yeah, like I said, what's going on, like the that last full moon that happened, the pink full moon, was a full moon that was exposing shit. Like so, all of this shit that's getting exposed, like that's some full moon energy. Like it's a dude who from Gary, Indiana, my city, like snitched on a bunch of people, and I had put it on Facebook on April 12th, but he got exposed for like I think yesterday, like for snitching on like damn near the whole city. Like so, but on April 12th on Facebook, I said somebody got tattletale energy. Like it's a rat in your circle. Like so, but he was in a bunch of people's circle because obviously he turned told on a bunch of people. Like so, I'm like, damn, what the fuck was he facing to do all that? Like I'd have been saving motherfuckers. Like I probably gave 2 people. And then shit, the next time I got in trouble, gave 2 more people. Next time I got in trouble, man, I wouldn't have fucking. damn there's always it's always a rat, like literally. Like so I'm always low key dolo. Cause I don't trust motherfuckers at all. I learned that from a lot of motherfuckers. Like even Nipsey Hussle, like even though he had a squad or circle, I see them, not all of them, but I see some of them as snakes. Like I could see through some of them. Like so I'm good on like just being like a family man, low key. Like, and I ain't trying to like bring down no other like people. I'm not trying to expose people, but when I say shit about celebrities and them motherfucking drinking adrenochrome and shit like that, I'm not saying nobody in particular. Like so, but I did kind of mention some names. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck though. Like so, it's not like I'm not trying to expose them to get clout or like get on no higher level or nothing, like blow my channel up. I'm speaking on shit off the strength of like I've been down a few rabbit holes myself. Like so, like I said, I've came across some piece of gay shit, and I came across some videos about these Hollywood parties and shit. So can't be mad at me for like just being interested in the shit popping up on my YouTube channel. Like so, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So shit, the Will Smith shit, man. One of the first conspiracy videos I seen was about Will Smith and like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air and all the symbols that was in that video, like the intro of the song and shit. And then like I started seeing like how they said for him to get on that, like he had a meeting with Quincy Jones, and the person who he's playing in the show, that person was gay. Can't remember his name, but the person Will Smith plays as the Fresh Prince was a gay person. So if you look at the first season, Will Smith is always got on like some pink stuff, always doing like some girly stuff, like low key, cause he's playing a gay character. In his first movie, like one of his first movies, they had him in a bed with another, like butt naked with another dude. Like so, I'm like shit. Low key, Will Smith probably is on that shit too. Like shit, that's why his wife don't respect him. That's why Jada don't respect him because of what he did to get his success. Like so, not saying Will Smith did no gay shit, but he did a few things. See, it's gay 6 degrees. Yep, 6 degrees of separation is the movie. Like so, but I can't say Quincy Jones. He got my birthday, so March 14th. I ain't never said he did no shit, but I kind of come on. We all know that man been in the industry since the long time ago, so you know he's fucking experienced some shit, seen some shit, did some shit. So he just too far ahead of my time. Like Quincy Jones don't got that impact on me like he did on fucking my mom generation. So, but I know he got some shit. He be telling some shit. Like he was talking about how Marlon Brando and fucking what's the comedian Richard Pryor like was on some shit. Like so, like I said, I'm not trying to expose nobody and make them look bad, but at the same time, motherfuckers like conspiracies. So this is just some of those conspiracies that I fucking came across. I don't know if that shit real. Long time Quincy tried to Brown. I heard something about that. How Quincy Jones said he wanted to have sex with Tupac. Like so, that's another conspiracy. Like shit, it's we can go for days off these conspiracy. Like, I'm for real. Like I heard. I watched the video and they said that Quincy Jones told Tupac he wanted to have sex with him. Like so, and Tupac said nah. And then Tupac ended up getting killed. Like so, that's a conspiracy. I don't know, but that's some shit. You think Pac did? I think he is. But here's the thing: spiritual wise, Tupac's spirit can go to whoever being that he wanted to, or he could have left. Like, but as far as like his flesh, yeah, his flesh dead. But that don't mean he won't reincarnate. But at the same time, he did some great shit, so he really don't gotta reincarnate, low key. Like so, he influenced a lot of people in the right way. So he did what he had to do. But that karma though, like, did he have karma, or was his karma clear when he got killed, when he got shot? Cause that'll do it. That'll clear up some karma quick. So, but I think his His flesh, yeah, he got killed. He got took out. Time to go feed my snakes. So shout out to you, Curtis, for coming through. Stay blessed for sure, though. Hey, I seen a snake. Snake's been popping up a lot, like a rattlesnake too. I was watching somebody's Instagram, and it was a rattlesnake outside their house. Like it was crazy. It was the house, the dream house that I wanted, and I decided I don't want the house no more. Like shit. And the guy who lives there, like it was a fucking rattlesnake outside the fucking door. So I'm like, not just the door, but the window shit. I'm like, fuck no. Shit, living in Vegas, it got a lot of shit in like you come across a lot of shit. So I ain't too much big of a fan of snakes, but I'm not too much big of a fan of reptiles in period. Like I fuck with dogs. But what else? Some more fucking conspiracy theories. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't think of none right now. Y'all know any? What's on? What y'all want to talk about? Like I said, people love talking about aliens, but that shit is real as fuck. So I can't call it a conspiracy. Like so, flat Earth. People love talking about flat Earth. But I always tell people it don't matter what the fuck shape this bitch is. You can't get off of this motherfucker. So flat, round, fucking square, it don't even fucking matter, low key. It really don't even fucking matter. Like so. Marilyn Monroe and Kennedy. Oh yeah, how they had those relationships. Like, yeah, that ain't no conspiracy though. Like for real. Like, cause that was true. That was actually documented. But it was a book I was reading about some like mafia shit and like the Kennedys and like how she was sleeping with a few people. What you think about us possibly living in a holographic scene? I believe that, Johnny, for the simple fact how you think shit, like certain things, like how you think about things, and then it pop up on your phone, or not just on your phone, but TV. Like how the ads shit is set up, like just from thoughts and shit, or is that got to be simulated, right? How is it that when I think certain things, I can manifest that into reality? Like so, obviously this shit is like simulated. Like this reincarnation is a trap, a cycle. Like so, I feel like yeah, this shit is the Matrix, and motherfuckers is asleep and unaware. Like so, if we can't like get off this planet, that's the best fucking thing I got. This motherfucker is a hologram in this bitch. You fucking stuck wherever the fuck we at, whether it's a fucking box, cube, or whatever. We can't get off this bitch. So unless you die and you fucking evolve and don't gotta come back here, but how many people get to do that, right? Like shit, it ain't too many enlightened people on this planet that fucking die. Like so, uh, but I got a video that I talked about. Is the simulation? Are we living in a simulated reality? So for me, like I truly do think this shit is fake. Cause I'm telling you, everything that I think that should be coming true. Especially when I think like put deep thought, put feelings and emotions in those thoughts, like that should come to pass. Like so, I mean, is it God? But I'm not praying to God. I'm not in no church. I'm not reading the Bible every day. Like, but I know when I think about shit, that shit happen or to pop up on my phone. Like so, if you if somebody can give me the explanation of what that is, then like shit, maybe I'll like give another opinion or I'll have another perspective on it. But like, I don't think that's some Bible God stuff because technology wasn't even in the Bible. So this shit is more than what they told us. So Elon Musk like is one of the well, quote unquote the richest man, but he even have beliefs of a simulated reality. So I like the way he think. And it's not because he thinks that, but like just off the stream, he thinks outside the box. So most people think it's a flat Earth. Well, not most, but most people think it's a round Earth. Some people think it's a flat Earth. Some people think it's a simulated reality. Like so, Me, all I said is this shit is fucking hell. No, that's what this shit is. Unless you create your heaven on earth. They're listening 24 hours a day. Oh yeah, they definitely listening. So that's why I just speak on what I speak on, like shit. Cause this shit is gonna pop up on my timeline and pop up on other people's shit. So like I said, when my time is up, I'm cool. Like shit, however I go out, however I exit out, don't be mad, cause I'm gonna be happy as fuck when I transition out this motherfucker. So most people want to live forever, not me. Like shit, give me at least I'll stay say at least to my 70s. Like I ain't trying to be here like 80s, 90s, hundreds, all that type of shit. Fuck all that. Let me live to my 70s, and then I'll be good. Like so. I can leave that true impact and I can do everything that I need to do. Like so, motherfuckers be trying to switch they put their consciousness into like chips and hard drives and shit, trying to live forever. But I'm like, man, it sounds smart, but I ain't trying to live here forever. What the fuck? That shit ain't cool. Baby's 75. Hey, that's close. I'm like, that's time for me. That's when I want to be out this motherfucker. Honestly, like so. I know at 75 you still can move around. Like there's still healthy 75, 70-year olds. So like I want to be able, when I leave, I want to just pass away in my sleep, in my dream. And I could just stay in the dream world and just go wherever the fuck I want to go next. Exactly. This motherfucker ghetto as hell. And people be talking about they want to live forever. For what? Just bumping your toe. Like, that shit is fucking pain like hell. Like, just dealing with outside people just on a regular basis. Like, the fuck I want to be here for dealing with that shit. Motherfuckers ain't all. We gotta realize the world is not gonna just all wake up. It ain't gonna just ever be no enlightened world. I mean, it probably is an enlightened world out there, but Earth ain't that place. Like so, motherfuckers is negative. Like, and their intentions are bad. So, if you gonna live forever, you gonna always meet a motherfucker who trying to take something from you, trying to harm you, trying to just do something to you. Like, come on, man, fuck all that shit. And as you get older, more people try to take advantage of you. Like, so I'm not trying to deal with none of that bullshit. For what? Like, shit. I want to be able to spend all I want and like make sure that I teach everyone that's under me. Like, you ain't gotta see. You can create your own shit. Like, cause I'm not about to let nobody leech off me and what I created. Fuck that shit. Like, this shit is hard work. It's a reason why when you start to elevate in life, they say it's lonely at the top because everybody that was around you from the start, they start falling off each level. Like another person will fall off that because they wasn't meant to go there. Like so, once a person finally gets to the top, ain't nobody around them because nobody lasted. Nobody was that thorough. Nobody had the vision to go there far. I mean, far, except for the person who got to the top, right? Like, so understanding that, like, I know, like, shit, even though as I just go forward and go up in life, everybody ain't gonna be there with me. So I'm cool with shit, just being where I'm not being where I'm at, but just what I got now, the people who are around me now, like I'm wife, kids, y'all, like that's who I got. I don't need no other people trying to help me. Or I mean, you can always use help, right? But I don't need people around me who are the type of people that be like, I gave you this, I put you in this position. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. Like, I don't want those type of people around me. Like, and there's a lot of people out there like that, or people who quote unquote help you, and then they expect you to like do everything and anything for them. Like, so fuck all that shit. I'd rather just be a loner. Like for real, I don't need. And I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. I ain't trying to get nobody lane. I ain't trying to do what nobody else doing. This is all about me. Like so, well, it's all about positive minds only. I'm just the person who created it. That's why a lot of people don't just know my. They don't be knowing my name unless I say it because my channel is all about the brand. Mandela is playing out right now. My wife love that movie, V from Vendetta. I I watched it a few times, but I knew I watched it when I was asleep. Like Like, I mean, I watched it when I wasn't woke, like so, or I didn't watch it all the way through. So I know the movie 1984. That should have been playing out on repeat since that shit came out. But that's a book and a movie. So I probably need to watch V for Vendetta again. But I don't know. Just stay woke and watch. Oh yeah, I can't go back to sleep. Like shit, I'm up. Shit, I'm up like Chuck. But I be thinking about that shit sometime. I'm like, man, if I start like back brushing my teeth with fluoride and shit, drinking like, I mean, eating unhealthy and shit, like, would I fall? Would I fall asleep if I did that shit? But my consciousness won't let me do it. Like, it ain't even in me to fucking fall asleep. Cause it's like when you wake up, it's like you gotta wake up to the bullshit, and now you're in control of your life. It's not God that's directing your life or your destiny. It's up to you whether you're gonna be successful or not. And even if you haven't woke up, it's still on you whether you're gonna be successful or not. Like so. Because I was born. Oh, shout out to the 80s babies. I'm a 90s baby. Born 1990. So yeah. My siblings, I got two siblings that was born in the 80s. But that's when all those that crack was. Hey, that's when the government was putting the crack into the fucking the hoods. That ain't no conspiracy though. Yeah, I ain't got nothing. I got love for the 80s babies. But yeah, yeah, they was putting crack in the motherfucking in the hood, putting guns in the hood, all of that. And the way they would do it, they would give one area the drugs, they'd give the other area the guns, then they would make them fight over the shit. And then once enough money was made, they start taking that shit from them and funding the war in Nicaragua, I think. So it's crazy how the government like did black people like multiple times, but at the same time, well, look what black people do to themselves. They don't try to help themselves. They just want to blame it on somebody else and say, "Oh, I'm oppressed." CIA and government involved. Yeah, so I'm not talk about the CIA. So nah, fuck that shit. Low key, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I was in the Marines and the military, when I got out, I was trying to join the FBI or the CIA. I always wanted to be a secret agent. Low key, I always wanted to be like James Bond or some type of shit. But I started smoking, so they would ask on the application if you smoke, and if you say yes, then you disqualify. So since I'm a smoker and like I couldn't lie, and, like, cause they would have fucking gave me a fucking lie detector test, like so couldn't be no fucking secret agent. But it didn't work. I couldn't, cause if I had to join the FBI or the CIA, they would have put, I would have woke up, of course, and then they would have tried to use me to infiltrate different things to take down like certain things, people. So it's a good thing I didn't go through that route. You could pass a lie detector. Not back then when I was trying to get in. I ain't know how the fuck to pass one. Yeah, I realized they was kind of shisty too. So I'm like, I ain't trying to be the cause of nobody's destruction or anything. Like so, I said, fuck it. I did. I went to the military. That's good enough for me. Like so, and I went to Afghanistan. So I've done shit already. Like that was on that. I ain't gonna say it was on the level of being a secret agent or on some James Bond shit, but it was on the level where I went and fought for my country, low key. Not even fought for my country, but I went over there. Exactly, man. I could just imagine. Did y'all see the movie, The Spook Who Sat by the Door? It was about a black guy who infiltrated the CIA, and like he came back to Chicago and started teaching his people about that shit. And then they just started going on a war, like with the police and shit. Like it's a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. It's a book as well too, so you want to check that out. It's called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. Nipsey Hussle, as a matter of fact, he talked about the book on the Breakfast Club before, but I had read it. Well, I seen the movie before he had mentioned it, but it's a good ass movie, and with the message behind it, like shit, it was his own people that turned on him in the end. Like so, you can help your people, or you can help people, but those would be the same ones that'll stab you in your back. Like the ones that you tried to help. Like so, I'm gonna help motherfuckers from a distance. I don't need nobody getting close to me. I don't need nobody trying to infiltrate my circle. I ain't even got no circle. Like so, it's just me and my wife and my kids. Like so, ain't nobody infiltrate nothing. So I already don't trust nobody, low key. Sooner or later they'll turn on you with my kids. Oh, I already know that shit. But you speaking my wife, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna take that. So if anything, that's the solid one. But my kids, of course, I'm pretty sure at least one of them will try to turn on me. That's just how this shit go. I know, like my kids, your kids could be your karmic partner, like so. But my wife is my divine partner, so I've already dealt with karmic partners that tried to hold me back and tried to stop me. He said, "No, our circle." Oh, like I said, I ain't got no. Yeah, circles. Your circle will always turn on you, but your kids like shit. I realize how like toxic black people and their parents and children be as they get older. So I'm like, it's only a matter of time before one of my kids be like, "I don't like the way you treated me growing up," and try to rebel and shit. I'm like, all right, motherfucker. But yeah, if you got a circle, and one of them motherfuckers gonna turn on you. Like, come on, Jesus was the most positive person in the world. Look, motherfucker turned on him. Shit. All them people that betrayed God, that's why he cast all those angels down on earth where they couldn't come back. Because they betrayed him. Like, so motherfuckers ain't even loyal to God, the creator of this quote unquote universe, which I think is all story. But if they not loyal to him, what makes you think a motherfucker would be loyal to you? Like so. Our circle small, but when you go to true. Like so. Definitely be the case. 100% sure. That's why you're supposed to study those that came before you. Like so, when it comes to me donating, and helping people, shit, you gotta do that shit like from a distance. I do everything from a distance. Like motherfucker saying, "Oh, you don't come to the hood no more." Okay, I don't. What I need to go there for? Like, should I was raised there 18 years of my life. What I need to go back to the hood for? Like so, you're not gonna trick me and like out my spot. Like shit, I'm in a great position. You love your wife, kids. Yeah, they definitely can get it. Like, but I mean, I be telling my wife, shit, hey, I love you, but if you turn on me, you gotta go. You gotta go. But yeah, if I learned one thing in my life, like she got my back. That's one person I know who got my back. So to know like one person out of, I mean, my mom, but my mom wasn't there growing up, so like she wasn't there. She kind of made me have a lot of abandonment issues and trust issues for her not being there. So even though she got my back today, like it was still a part of the time when she didn't. So I mean, but yeah, she once again, who's to say your parent can't turn on you for whatever reason? Like you never know how. Uh, like let's just say nope. Let me not speak that. I won't say certain things for the strength. I don't want to speak it into existence. So you'll see me stop and not say a lot of things because I'm like I'm not. I know my words are powerful, so I'm not gonna speak nothing negative into my existence, even off the strength of like uh, some small shit. Like so, because the universe be playing with me. Well, I ain't gonna say they play with me, but the universe plays with me. But when I be saying stuff, that shit could be coming right there, and like shit, I be like. Sometimes I just be joking about some shit, like so. Can't even joke. I mean, not saying you can't joke, but it's all about the emotions you put behind your words. So when I be talking on live or when I talk on my podcast, I get very like kind of not emotional, but I get like very passionate about what I'm talking about. So I easily manifest things that I say while I'm on my podcast on YouTube because I'm passionate about it. That's the emotions I'm putting behind it. So yeah, this was actually a pretty dope conversation. Honestly, it ain't 2 hour long, but for me to get 18 likes today, and it was consistently 10 people in here. Like I really appreciate y'all. Unless y'all want to y'all want to talk about something before I end the live, but just let me know. Like if I get another like within the next couple, like if I get another like within the next minute, I'll stay longer. But if I don't, then I'm gonna just end the live. So it's up to y'all whether y'all want to keep me on this mug or not. Like, but all I gotta do is just keep showing up, fucking getting on live so I can get these watch time hours up. Trying to get monetized. Like, so if you haven't got monetized yet, if you got a YouTube channel, you trying to get it to grow, all you gotta do is post every single day, shorts. All you gotta do is stay consistent. That's the biggest thing. Stay consistent. Emotional creatures, girls. Yeah, like so definitely we all emotional creatures, and motherfuckers be thinking it's all only women. But nah, I've seen some emotional ass men on this fucking planet. Like so, not just emotional but passionate men. Like so, Marvin, you said like, hey, I mean, if you already liked it and like you want me to continue to go, like that's take that too, low key. Somebody gave it another like, so it's going. Y'all be holding it. That's how it is. But it's whatever. Like that's what gives me the motivation to keep going. Like so, like I said, if you got a YouTube channel, post whatever you love, like whatever it is that you love the most or what you're interested in the most. Post that as the shorts. Don't post yourself first because people don't know who you are. So if they was to see your short on a timeline, they just gonna swipe by because they don't know you. So to blow your channel up, I tell people post what you love, what you're already watching. I'm on the phone again. Hey, shout out to Anthony for improvising. Shout out. That's definitely some next level thinking. But post every day. That's what you got to do. Stay consistent. I post at least like 3 or 4 times a day, sometimes 5, 6, 7 videos. Then I try to get on live almost every day if I can. Like, if not every day, almost every day. So I do miss certain days because I be out of energy and drained. So I don't put too much more on me than I can handle. So than I can't handle. So if I don't get on live every day, it's probably because I'm just resting and getting a break. But you could best believe, like, I'll be back on live, like shit. So, and like I said, we're in the middle of a move, so that's gonna be taking away a lot of my time within these next few days. Well, I say the next couple weeks. Like, so yeah, I won't. I'm 100% sure I won't be on live every day, like because of that. So police keep driving by. I don't know. Can't wait till I move. Like literally, I've been here. This is the spot that I'm in now, where I've been living at. I've been here for almost 2 years. This the longest I've ever been in one spot in like, let's say, since I graduated from my no, because I left my grandma house at 17. So when I was living with my granny up until what 3 to the age of 17, that was the longest I ever like lived in one spot until I got here. Like I've been here almost 2 years. Like so, I've always been on the move. Like I've never just stayed in one spot. Like that is something about my spirit. I have a nomad spirit. Like so, I always got to be on the move. Like so, being here for like almost 2 years let me know like shit. It's time to start settling down. Like start uh, building my foundation. Like like cause this is I feel like I'm gonna be in Vegas for quite some time. So it's a great place, great weather. It's always something new going on out here. It's like shit. So a lot of entertainment, a lot of fun, not just for kids. I mean, not just for adults, but kids too. So like I tell people all the time, shit, you got kids, bring your kids too. You ain't Vegas ain't all about just adults and like gambling and shit. Like hell no, it's way more to it. So if you haven't been to Vegas yet, make sure y'all like come visit your boy. Like so, definitely friendly, especially if you a supporter to the Positive Minds Only YouTube channel. So, but yeah, what else? A conspiracy. Shit, y'all want to talk about before I get up out of here? What's coming to my mind? We talked about Dream Come, Hollywood rappers. Can't think right now. I be trying to watch like certain videos to like spark my mind before I get on live sometimes, but sometimes that shit don't work. Like I just be running out of shit to talk about low key. I mean, I don't run out of things to talk about, but the topic that I put, then I run out. Shout out to you, Anthony, because I'm probably definitely about to get off. Uh, Definitely thanks for all these likes that came through, all the people that came through, chill with me, communicated with me. Even if you didn't communicate, but you was just here in the background, I really appreciate it. So, especially staying to the end. This ain't like a regular video, so most people don't watch. They don't watch videos this long, like how they be on live. Like, so I definitely understand how important that is sharing your time and energy with me. So that's why I hope to always be able to give something like advice or like some type of knowledge in return because I wanted it to be able to be equal exchange in the not information but in the energy. Like so, yeah. Thank you guys for always just showing up, and like making me feel welcome, making me feel at home because it was a lot of times where I used to feel like, man, is people gonna resonate with what I got to say? I used to always think like people just it would be more trolls in here than more people who resonate with what I had to say. Like so, but now that I get on live every single day, like I see that's not the case. So it was just doubts and fears that I had in the for no reason. Like so, once you overcome that, you'll be able to prosper more. You'll be able to accomplish new things in your life. You'll be able to grow more. Like so, I just encourage y'all to step out on faith. Don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let your a relationship hold you back. Don't let a job hold you back. Don't let family hold you back. Strive for your dreams. Go for your goals. I'm like shit. It's a marathon. Shit. This motherfucker don't stop. Peace.